Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. And this week I've been down to my local antique shop and I found and I bought a very, very rare Victorian penny. Among other things, I bought lots of silver half crowns, sterling silver half crowns, and some old Victorian farthings as well. So, what we'll do is I'll first show you the coins I bought for my date run, the date runs and collections, the farthings and the half crowns, and then if you stay to the end, I will show you this very, very rare Victorian penny I've bought as well. So, let's jump into it. Okay, so here we have the half crowns and farthings, but just before I show you those, as always I have bought some threepences. I'll very quickly show you those, and then we'll unbox these envelopes here. So I bought two threepences this week. We have here, let's zoom in and find out, we have a 1918 there, so the end of World War I, 1918, over 100 years old, George V silver coin, very nice, and that was £1 at the antique shop. And I bought this one here, some nice toning on this one. This is a 1917, so the year before, again over 100 years old, again George V. So very cool there, two threepences. I'll add them now to my 3p part of the box. So here it is, we have sterling coins to the side, sterling doubles I should say, and then all my doubles of threepences here to this side, and I'll add in the two new ones. Very nice. So let's start right here, this one. Now these do say I know what they are, so I'll give you a little bit of a sneak preview there. This is a 2 and 6, so it's a half crown from 1913, and it's been graded here in fine condition. I paid for this coin £18, so almost £20, so decently expensive, £18. What did I get for that? Well, I got this absolute beauty of a coin. Look at this. This one's a true pleasure to hold. I mean, I do love crowns and half crowns. Larger silver coins are my absolute favourite. Let's zoom in here. We can see the design here on the reverse by George William de Soules. Brilliant stuff, with the crown above the quartered royal arm shield, with the garter surrounding, the date to the bottom, and the legend and the denomination around as well. On the obverse there we can see a portrait of King George V, and the initials there are visible, as we can see if I zoom in here, BM, standing for Bertram McKennell, the designer of this side. An absolutely lovely coin. There is the mintage, and I believe, off the top of my head, is a bit of a scarcer one, not a rare date, but a less common one from the reign of King George V. I'll put it there, and at the end of the video, before we see that lovely rare penny, after these unboxings of the envelopes, I'll add the half crowns to my date run, as there are more half crowns. But we'll next go to a farthing. Let's go to this one here, and that's a half crown. This one's a farthing. There we go, 1/4 D. This is from 1887, and it's been graded fine as well. This cost me £2.5, so £2.50. So what did I get for my money? Well, let's see. There it is, a lovely coin. That's a nice one actually for £2.50. So get a nice zoom in going there. Ooh. So there we are, 1887, the Golden Jubilee year of Queen Victoria. We have Britannia there by Leonard Charles Wine. Sorry, take a second there. And then we have the Leonard Charles Wine portrait of Victoria there. So he designed both sides of this coin. A lovely coin indeed, some nice detail remaining from the 19th century. And we have there the date 1887, which will be relevant in 1 second, because I'll unbox the next farthing now and you'll see why I bought that date twice. Because here we have a 1/4 D again from 1887. Doesn't list a grade here, maybe it's on the other side. Oh no, but it is £4, so a bit more expensive, so hopefully a bit better condition. Oh, look at that. That is a beauty. That is a true beauty. Again, we have the same design of Britannia, the lighthouse and the boat, the wording farthing, and then the date there, 1887. And to the obverse, you can see a portrait, a nice, clear portrait of Queen Victoria. So, why did I buy two? Well, some of you may know, as well as doing a date run, of which I needed this year for the farthing date run, as well as a date run, I do have a Jubilee set from the Jubilee year of Queen Victoria. So one will be for the date run, and one will be for the Jubilee set. And so I'll add one to my date run in a minute, and one to the Jubilee set in a minute, after unboxing these last two envelopes here. And they're both half crowns. We'll begin with this one. This is a fine condition half crown from 1898. So an older one than the last one, a Victorian half crown. And I paid £13. So a good deal for this coin, I think, because it is in, as you can see here, very nice collectible condition. Not, the absolute most amazing grade, but for £13, when the melt value of this is over £10, that's a good deal in my opinion. And I mean, the beauty of this design is well worth it. We have this sort of spade style shield there, with roses and ribbons in the background, the crown, George and the dragon to the bottom, the date there, half crown, and the legend. An absolutely exquisite and beautiful design on the reverse here. And then to the obverse, they have the Thomas Brock, we can see there, TB, of the older Queen Victoria there, her final portrait, with the veiled head over the crown there, facing to the left. Once again, a lovely coin, shortly to be added to the date run. Very nice indeed, for £13. And the final one here, you may have seen it as well, on the writing, it is a half crown from 1902, again in fine condition. This cost me £14. Now, I might argue with this coin, as I've had a look before already, this is in better condition than fine, and it is, this is a nice one. Look at that. Now, I would say the condition in terms of wear is better than fine grade, but there is sort of dirt within the coin, which does perhaps bring it down to a fine grade overall. But nonetheless, an absolutely stunning coin and an exquisite design. This is the first year this design was used, of the first year featuring King Edward VII there to the obverse. Now, this is a great coin to have. Large coins of Edward VII are a bit more scarce and rare. The crown is very rare, and most dates of the half crown are also pretty scarce. And for all these coins, as you'll have been seeing, the mintages will be on screen so you can see how rare they are. So there's the mintage for this one. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I don't think it's too high, all things being told. But overall, this is just a lovely design. We have there the initials DLS for Dessouls. So George William Dessouls designed both sides of this coin. And George William Dessouls actually died in 1903. So he's only alive, it was the last year of his life that he designed this portrait and this design for King Edward VII. So there we go, a lovely coin once again, and again a new one for the date run. So what we'll do now is we'll add these coins to my collection, to the date runs and to the Jubilee set, and then we'll come to that very rare Victorian penny I have been teasing. Let's go. So here we have my coin collection case for the Victoria Jubilee set. Opening it up, here we can see we've got most of the coins: the crown, the double florin, the half crown, the florin, the shilling, the threepence and the penny. We're missing the farthing, halfpenny and sixpence. I'll get the capsule out here. And look at that, it's a perfect fit. So there we go. Better than some of these coins, there's not really a way to do this without having a bit of rattle, which doesn't look as good. There we go, there's the farthing. Can now be added in to the set. Get rid of that. And zooming out, we can see, very nice, only 2 denominations needed. Very cool. So there's that. On to the date runs now for the remaining 4 coins. Here we have the farthing date run tray. As we can see, very near completion. Only 3 dates remaining. Very cool. And now I'll make it 2 by adding in the 1887 farthing here. So let's just scooch that paper out the way and add in the real deal. There we go. Only 2 dates remaining. And then bringing in my half crown date run. This is tray 2 of 3. As we can see again, very good progress. Adding in this lovely 1902. Brilliant. Adding in this amazing 1913. That was the most modern date I needed. So I can get rid of that now out there. And now the newest date I need is 1909. So I've got every single half crown back to the reign of Edward VII. Very cool. And the final one to add today is this 1898, as we've seen here. That's actually the final one of this design. So I now have the full set of veiled head, this reverse Victoria half crowns. Again, very cool to complete. And for this tray now, only needing a few more Edward VII ones, 4 more to be exact, with 03, 04 and 09 being relatively easy. But this one here, 1905, will set me back close to £500, even in a worn grade. That's the hard one to get. But for now, very good progress indeed for tray 2 of 3. But now, no more stalling, the video's been long enough, and I'll show you now this very, very rare Victorian penny that I found at the antique shop and did buy. And I'm very, very happy with my purchase indeed. And, I've been looking for this coin in one way or another, technically, for almost 3 years now. Because this coin, as we can see here, is the 1869 penny. Now this coin is so rare, collectors do not know the actual mintage because the real one is there on screen for you. But that is by no means true, as this coin is very, very hard to find and very scarce, as collectors know. So let's have a quick look and then talk mintages and prices. Now this coin, before you say, what the hey-ho, I know it is a bit kind of, tarnished, worn and not the best condition. And although the main actual design is very worn, a bit of dirt here that might scrape off, but overall not very good, the date is very, very clear. Now often when you see 1869 pennies, the date portion of the coin will be very similar in wear, kind of like that. But this has a very strong, clear date, so I thought, you know what, for just £20, that's right, £20, I would buy this 1869 penny with a very strong date, the most important part, of course, of this coin, the date, very strong, and still a visible portrait, more of a silhouette of Victoria, but still visible. So it is very worn, but it's got a strong date. So I thought, for now, and I can always look for an upgrade in the future, I will buy this coin. Now, why will I buy this coin? Well, let's have a quick look at the price guide first and see, was it a good deal? So let's have a look in the Coin Yearbook 2020. Bear in mind, all prices are 4 years out of date, so it will be much, well, not much, but definitely higher after 4 years. So turning to the pennies section, Victoria, we can zoom in here and see 1869. That's the one I just got. So it says there's 2.5 million, but that's wrong because we look here and the prices it starts with fine, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated. So in the lowest grade it lists, just in fine condition, we can see £150. And look at the other prices here, just a few tens of pounds, and then 150. In very fine, 500, £2,000 in extremely fine, and £6,000 in uncirculated back in 2020. So by no means, no need to tell you that this coin is very valuable in the higher grades. And although this isn't fine condition for 150, this is, the strong date means it is a very identifiable coin, and collectors will pay a good price, as I did for this coin. And I think the retail value for this is maybe closer to 35 or 40, because of the strong date. But, anyway, £20 is a good deal. And I would have paid 35 or 40 for this coin if I'd seen it for that price in the antique shop, because it is in fact the final penny I need for my collection. So I alluded earlier, I've been looking for this coin for 3 years, because I've been collecting pennies now, these old pennies, for around 3 years. And finally, today, I've finished the collection with this final date here. So let's add it into the date run, adding in the last coin for my penny date run, a big moment for me in collecting. So let's do it. So here we can see it, the final gap in my penny date run. And I won't show you the whole penny date run because look forward to, in the future, a whole collection video of my full date run of pennies. But for now, I will add in this final one, the 1869. There we go. What a great feeling to have finished all the pennies from 1860 up till 1970, the last circulating year being 1967. Brilliant stuff, and now I can extend the date run further back in time to pre-1860 pennies. Exciting time. So there we go. Some wonderful coins, I do think there, I must say so myself. My favourite today is probably either the 1902 half crown or that amazing 1869 penny. But please do leave your favourite coin of today in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, of course, as always. Please do leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Bits and Bobs for some more coins. Bye for now.